We are living in interesting times where, digital is becoming a buzzword, and press has a challenge to find its own language. So I think people are aware of it, and you can see the fact that you are living at a time where there is a kind of attention deficit. The consumer is satiated, has got, so much bombarded at you, and so much to choose from, that is looking for instant gratification. And I think attention span is very less in that sort of mindset. And I feel that, there is a basic change which is coming to human brain today. It is not functioning exactly the same way. You can look at the way we interact with technology today. We're almost like become an extension of you. All those text messages or the emails, if you haven't seen your email, you feel something's missing. Yes. Before we know it, will become part of nature. When a child is born, and if technology exists, it's part of nature for the child. Yes. But for a teenager, it's excitement. For a little older person than that, a youth, 30s or something, it is invention. And for an older person, technology which comes and gets into his life, it is intervention. So it's coming from part and intervention and intrusion. Yeah, I think a lot of use of illustration. A lot of illustration I saw, and intricate illustration, very intricate. Some of them are really beautiful pieces of, and I would like to put some of the illustrations in my drawing room. Yep. They're so good. So yes, definitely. And also a lot of use of technology to a lot of things you couldn't do earlier. You have to shoot everything. Yeah. In today's world, you don't have to shoot everything. You can merge two pictures. You can create third picture. You can play with technology and create different patterns and effects. So that's also seen, that use of technology in creating various impossible things, which you could, you could, an animal which doesn't fly, you can make the animal fly now, and it looks so believable and it looks so real. So something which was fantastical in nature, which was surreal, looks real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you think that with illustration, there's, I guess, lots of people want the desire to go back to the roots of beautiful work?
See, I have strangely believed that nothing dies. I'm a believer, and a lot of people keep saying that this will come and that will go, and in fact I call it loss of humanity if that happens, because it's throwing baby with the bath water. You don't get new so that you can get rid of old. You don't get a child at home so that you can get rid of your parents. It's coexistence. Life is all about coexistence. Life is about various forms coexisting. And I think the best period of any civilization is coexistence of various things together. And it's always coexisting because things are transient. A lot of things which are moving out, a lot of things which are coming in. And when the coming in and moving out happens at the same time, there's a meeting point, that liminal space. And that liminal space is very fertile, which is very imaginative, where a lot of beliefs interact with each other. There is a generation which is brought up on digital. There's a generation which is brought up on pure print and press, and they are interacting together. We have our creative people who are just young creative people we have our creative people who are very young today, who are brought up on digital medium. But there are creative people who are very well versed with the old style of art, and I think when they collaborate together, there's a new form which comes out. And I think you can see that happening, that sort of, juxtaposition of the two. And I feel press will coexist with the digital medium. As I said, AdFest is unique because it's Asia focused. Asia requires a certain focus. Well, let's face it, the world has always been dominated by more economically flourishing societies. Yes. The world culture, the soft power, soft culture, Hence, when it comes to sensibilities, or when it comes to food like, say, a burger, everybody would know how a burger is made and what the constituents of the burger are. But when you talk about, say, a tom yum soup, people might not know.
Yes.
So the difference is that the economically superior powers have also been able to successfully take their culture out of their country in the form of their films, in form of their comic books, and various things, through various soft sort of creative things which we consume, Hollywood films, television, dramas and series and all those things. You're very well aware, the world is aware of that culture. When it comes to Asia, a lot of cultural nuances of Asia have to be brought up for people to appreciate how communication is done or art is done. So I think, and a show like AdFest puts all that in focus so that the intricacies of it, the layers of it, the hidden layers of it are also discussed. And and I think anybody who goes out of a judging process like AdFest, any juror is more enriched in terms of, and more his sensibilities, or his or her sensibilities are more developed towards Asian culture. And that's what I think a show like AdFest does to you.